And we are live with session 8 of our Drowned Gods games. And let's go ahead and get started, as always, with who wants to give the recap for an extra hero point, and remember to reset your hero point pools to 1.
I don't know that I've ever used the hero point.
We did once. Somebody used a reroll at some point.
I used it to reroll when I think I accidentally killed Jason in the mud.
Oh yeah.
But I should have used it last time when I tried to get that snake and it just got me instead.
Yeah. And if it had been a real life or death fight, you would have needed that hero point to not die.
Not die, yeah.
Because you use your hero points also to come back at 1 hit point after you stabilize.
I don't mind giving the recap if no one else does. I just feel bad because I think I gave it last week and the week before.
Yeah, I think somebody else needs to give it.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I can go then.
Alright, do you want me to give you the hint and tell you where last session started, and then you can try to go from there? Because I feel like that would help.
Are you talking to me, or do we still want Anna to do it?
Whoever wants to do it.
I'm good with Jason doing it.
Okay, deal. So I'm pretty sure it started out with the Rube Goldberg machine, is that correct?
Yeah, that's pretty much, we did a little recap, and you guys were settling into the feast preparations, and then you saw your dad sitting under a tree.
Yeah, okay, so Dad gets hit by Rube Goldberg machine. Crazy stuff. Not that crazy because it's predetermined by the gods, obviously, even though he refuses to admit it. So yeah, try to drill that one into him with limited success. But I take the coconut anyway for some festivities later. Pipiopi, that is, not me. So Pipiopi takes the coconut, chucks it at Manawanui's face, because Manawanui's got no reflexes.
Because Manawanui was just sulking on the beach because he's a sad, lonely orphan.
So yeah, so that hurt. That kind of set up for the near-death experience later on. Unfortunately, who could have foreseen? But so take 2, we try with the more athletic Acalupu, going deep with the coconut, and instead of catching it, which he could have done, he decided instead to spike it into his brother. Who took it extremely well. Ended up getting him back later. The little prankster.
And do you remember why you were looking to gather together your friends?
Absolutely, yeah. We're on a quest to find Loki, who is MIA. Yeah, and that's for Pele. Asked me to do that. Turns out, well, one thing leads to another. Bing, bang, boom. We go to Loki's tent. He's not there. We go to Pele's hut, and we hear the moans and groans. Because he's an idiot. He got himself buried in sticky goop.
Well, what had actually happened is he tried to prank Pele. Pele, being on the lookout for these sorts of things, noticed it and set it up so that it would get him instead. And then when he came back into her hut, got the sap on him that was supposed to have gotten on Pele.
Oh, I see. Tricking the trickster.
Exactly.
But yeah, so then we decide to use that as leverage. So I got a new dagger out of it to help him out. And instead of helping him out, we end up blowing up the hut because we are not very perceptive.
Yeah, you guys, I would say you guys rolled bad, but those were GM rolls. But yeah, the rolls were not good. It was a 3 and a 5.
We were in a rush. We didn't really care that much about helping Loki.
Yeah,
he's a dick.
Yeah, even though Acalupu was pretty excited about the blue stuff he found.
Yeah, yummy. We think that wasn't the explosive ingredient. We think.
Hopefully.
You guys have been eating quite a bit of it since then, so.
Yeah, so then we finally, due to the explosion, Loki is free.
And yourself, so you're no longer glued to sticks.
Yeah, but he scampered off. He didn't even want to join the feast. And then I don't actually remember where he went. Did we ever find him?
No, so he started heading off toward the tree line, and then you guys looked away for 1 second, and then looked back, and he had just disappeared.
Yeah. So then it was the feast. We were like, screw that, not worth our time.
Well, there were some interesting things that Manawanui found in Pele's hut, though.
Oh right, yeah, we found that skull that showed us visions.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember what people saw?
Yeah, Manawanui saw the Eye of Sauron. I saw Dr. Manhattan. And I don't remember what Acalupu saw. I think like a barren wasteland or a beach or something.
It was like a tunnel with clouds.
Oh, that's right.
Like a cloudy tunnel.
So it was it was a long, smooth-sided tunnel that had occasional clouds drift across with a hissing noise.
Yeah.
Ooh, spooky. But then we ended up just leaving, because we couldn't touch the skull, so it ended up staying exactly where it was in the explosion, which was weird as hell.
Yeah.
And so we ended up stacking everything around it when we were cleaning up because we didn't want to touch it anymore.
Yeah, then there was one other interesting thing that Manawanui found, which was you'd seen various paintings on palm leaves that are kind of symbols and images that she uses in her storytelling about the lore and history of the area, but there was one new one where it showed what you recognized to be the Great Tree. But unlike its normal presentation in greens and oranges, this time it was depicted in an angry red and seemed to be glaring angrily down at a bowl with a bowl-shaped ocean with little islands floating around in it. But when Manawanui asked Loki about it, Loki just said, "You'll hear about it soon enough."
Yeah, so story time soon. I hope, or maybe we'll find out firsthand. Who knows?
Yeah, you'll be finding out soon. Anyway, I won't spoil. You'll find
out though. So then we cleaned up the explosion debris, gathered the things in the hut. We went to the feast, snuck some food from Sammy, which I'm pretty sure is our Kapu break because that was fruit. But
nope, not actually.
Oh, because that was gifted to us, right?
Yeah, the chief is actually allowing you to have this fruit, so it's allowable.
Gotcha.
But that actually happened later in the feast. That happened right before we wrapped up. There were a few other things. First, you guys actually went and you ate some food that you had dipped in Acalupu's stolen ranch dipping sauce. And that's actually where you broke the kapu, is you had actually been eating before people had segregated into their two sides for the feast.
Oops.
So you were within sight of, the women
Classic.
of the tribe.
Stupid kids not waiting to say grace.
Exactly. And then after the feast started in earnest, you had a little slithery friend.
Right.
What?
Because I mentioned that earlier, but that was when that happened. Manawanui almost died trying to step up, be a man.
Basically.
Yeah, a little bit embarrassing.
That's what you get.
Acalupu tries to step in, equally embarrassing. And so finally, PPOP has to be like, guys, get it together.
Hold my beer.
It's a lizard without legs. Like, how hard could this be? Just destroyed it, demolished it, asserted my dominance.
Yes.
Chucked it at the door.
Exactly. You did
wedged
pin
it
it to
in
the
there.
door of Loki's hut.
Well, yeah, I smashed it first onto my own dagger embedded into the ground. That was pretty dope. But then
Yep.
I sent a message to Loki. I was like, hey, I'm the man of the tribe.
Coming for you, Loki.
But no words were spoken, just snake on door.
Exactly. Yeah, and then it was after that, as you've been enjoying and eating and having a good time and joking around, that Sammy from behind a hut had started throwing pebbles at you, PPOP, and ushered you over, and you tried to sneak up and startle her, but didn't quite roll well enough.
Which is crazy. I'm an expert.
Yeah, but you rolled very low. So she was only slightly surprised that you came up on the other side from what she had expected, and that's when you were given some of the feast time treat, which, if you remember, is a macerated mix of a slightly hallucinogenic tuber and fruits that are allowed to ferment to make a kind of milky looking drink.
And we learned what macerated meant.
Yes, indeed you did. And then that
Man, I need to work on my sneak if I'm gonna execute any heists.
Exactly.
Any island heists.
Yeah, just when you go to Casino Island.
Yeah. You never know.
Yeah,
We could meet George Clooney on George Clooney Island. Brad Pitt happens to be there too.
Yeah, just go to what's his face? The National Treasure guy.
Nick Cage.
Yeah, go to Nicolas Cage's private island with all his like alligators and dinosaur bones and whatever other nonsense he's wasting his money on at this point.
That would be a fun one shot. A Nick Cage one shot.
Right? It's just like a horror thing where Nick Cage is just like, Jack Nicholson from The Shining, just haunting you through the halls as you have to try and, find a way to break the curse.
Hell yeah.
Alright, well, don't give me too many ideas. Alright, so yeah, okay. That catches us up.
Nice. It's almost time for the games, right?
Indeed. So you guys know that after the feast, the next thing that will happen is the games. Unfortunately, though, due to the fact that you did break Acalupu earlier, I'm going to give you a little bit more control over it this time. But at some point, you will have to pick one of the 4 games. And during that game, you will have a humorously unlikely accident.
Humorously unlikely.
Exactly. I mean, it's not like something obvious like, oh, we're doing alligator wrestling and the alligator bit me. It's like, yeah, an alligator's going to bite you. That's what happens when you do alligator wrestling. It's got to be something that just like is obviously not normal. So there are going to be 4 games. There are games of strength, speed, skill, and knowledge. So first up, they've now that the feast is over, they've cleared out the little divider that they had between the 2 halves of the village, and they have set up a ring on the beach where they've just put rocks in a circle, and there's going to be wrestling.
Wrestling.
So, does anyone want to have their Kapu trigger during wrestling?
Me.
All right.
I'm not gonna win the wrestling match anyway.
What would that would probably be strength, right?
Yeah, wrestling's gonna be pretty strength based.
Yeah, I'm gonna have mine triggered then as well.
Alright.
I have a +0 in strength.
Yeah, you could get lucky and roll well.
I could.
Oh, so I can beat Manawanui. I got a +1.
There we go.
You want to change it? There's 3 other
We're just gonna
categories.
be-
There's also speed, skill, and knowledge.
No,
I
yeah,
feel
I'm
like
gonna
if a-
do it in wrestling.
Yeah.
Alright. And then what about for Acalupu? Which category do you want to put it in?
I'm tempted to do knowledge just because it's the one I know I'm going to be bad at, but I think it'd be more funny if it was like skill.
Alright.
Taking one for the team, for the story. I love it.
Yes, that is definitely the way to play. So, alright, you guys get set up, and yeah, it's kind of a variation somewhere halfway between like Greco-Roman wrestling and sumo. Where you guys are in the circle, and the first one to either leave the circle or touch the ground with anything below their waist loses. Or above their waist, sorry. You just have to do handstands the entire time. Alright,
That would be
so
pretty amusing.
let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and determine an order. So I'm going to roll a d3. And 1 is PPOP, 2 is Acalupu, and 3 is Manawanui. Alright, so Acalupu is going to go first.
Probably because I like ran and like shoved my way past everyone to get to the front of the line.
Right. Okay, so
You're just so pumped about this.
Acalupu is up first, Manawanui is going to go second, and then PPOP will be third in terms of like the matches that you guys are actually in.
PPOP successfully hid in the shadow of a hut to get picked last.
Exactly. So, I'm going to put that in the chat before I forget. Cool. Alrighty, so Anna, you are up in a match first, and you are matched against your next door hut neighbor. And he's a kind of a reedy, nerdy kind of guy. So you don't have much hope for him in this first round. This is the knockout round.
He's going down.
Alright, so now I have to look up the grappling rules for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. I start looking up grappling and it's like grappling hook.
Nice.
Mabel's grappling hook.
Alright, so it's actually going to be athletics for our grappling. Does that make anyone reconsider their choice?
Let me see. Where am I?
And then let me share this with you so you guys can also reference the rules.
Yeah, I've got a 0 plus 0 in athletics as well. So we're just gonna stick to what we've got.
Alright,
least for me.
PPOP, are you wanting to keep it still in this? What is your athletics?
Yes, please.
Yeah, not great. Your acrobatics is great. Alrighty, so first thing that you are going to do Manawanui, or not Manawanui, Acalupu, is an initiative check. See who gets to go first.
Would you like to?
You can roll for me.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you're going first.
Where's the initiative?
Initiative is under combat.
Off. Perception. I don't see it.
It's your
Fortitude
perception
save,
check,
you'd like
unless
to-
you're going to use something else
did I
for it.
say? Did you want to do raging first? You don't think you'll need it?
I'm not really worried about it.
She got a 20.
All right, yeah, that's gonna beat.
Got it.
That's gonna beat his 4.
Even with your plus 7 alone, like I don't think. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get an athletics check against their fortitude check.
$16.
All right, that is gonna do it. So you immediately take the initiative with giving him no time to really rethink his options and just grab him below the waist. So you now have him grappled. So they are going to try to break free. Let's see. So theirs is athletics as well. So a 12 against the DC of the effect, which is going to be yours, which was a 20. So yeah, nothing doing. So now that you have them grappled,
Can I just try to just pick him up and literally just throw him?
yeah, I'm trying to look at what your options are. Grabbed, okay. So you can attempt a manipulate action against them, which would allow you to... Yeah, that would allow you to just move them or throw them or whatever you want to do now.
Cool.
Obviously, it's going to be harder to throw them out of the ring than to just move them toward the edge of the ring, but you can definitely roll for it.
Yeah, I want to try to throw him.
All right, let's get a strength check.
At 7.
All right. So you try to throw them, but you aren't quite able to get enough leverage. They're just, skinny and kind of slippery. You can't really get a good grip. But you do successfully move them a quarter of the way toward the edge of the ring.
Nice.
So they're going to try to break free again. It's going to be pretty hard. They would have to roll 19 or better.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, they don't make it. All right, what do you want to do?
I'm going to try to throw him again. Uh, 17.
All right, so this time you're finally able to get a grip somewhere, and you just lift them up and log toss them directly out. And they fly out of the ring and stick headfirst into the sand. So the crowd cheers, and you do a little arms in the air party.
Showboat.
Exactly. And yeah, you have decidedly won the first round, so you will be going on to the second round out of 3. All right, so Manawanui, you are up next.
Oh boy.
So let's go ahead and see who you're up against. All right, so you are up against who would this be? You're up against the kid who failed to get up the mountain last time, and normally only adults are allowed to participate in these little events, but the tribe has taken pity on him because he has failed the last 3 times he's tried, and they've just given him honorary adulthood. So, except that everyone just pronounces it like adult instead of adult because that's what they think he is. So yeah, you are up. You are up against poor old Bobby.
I'm gonna walk in and say, little boy. Time to.
It's gonna be really funny when you lose.
I know.
I'm not a boy anymore. People said I could be an adult.
Yeah, you had to give permission to be a man.
But I am now. So you have to be nice to me.
Yeah. Okay. Alrighty, boy. I don't know where all this confidence is coming from.
Yeah.
But it's going somewhere.
Alright, so let's get initiative rolls.
Oh geez.
I think you're going first though.
I got a 12.
They got a -3.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Alright, so you have the initiative.
Alrighty, so what do I roll again?
Athletics.
Athletics. Alright, I got a 13.
Alright. That is well above their fortitude DC. So yeah, you were able to grab him. You just kind of circle around to his left and just grab him from the side. So he's going to try to wriggle free. Alright, what did you get again?
I got a 13.
Alright, and somehow they're just like so scrawny and rubbery that they manage to wiggle out of your grasp.
Ah, dang.
It's gonna be funny when you lose.
I know. Can I try and grab him again, or?
Yeah, go for it.
I can't like strike him, can I?
Nope, this is not boxing.
Okay. Alright, we're
You're just gonna use a levitate spell, lift him out, and drop him outside the ring.
Is that legal? Can I do that?
You are not aware of any rules against it.
Alrighty. I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation, which I believe makes lift as soon as my.
Did you switch out Prestidigitation for light?
No, I switched out.
Okay, yeah, you did keep Prestidigitation. Oh, you have both now. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You just get a shocking grasp him.
Hey, dude, it says I can't punch him. It doesn't say I can't like try him.
Like,
you
are
not aware of any rules against it.
It must be the copper, guys. Must be God. Got struck by lightning.
You were making goo-goo eyes at a girl earlier, weren't you, Bobby?
Come on. My thing isn't loading. That sucks.
Yeah, basically you make floating lights. So yes, if you would like to do Prestidigitation in order to distract him, go for it.
You know what? We're just gonna go for shocking grasp instead.
Or Bobby.
Alright, I got a 14.
It's gonna be one of those moments where it's like, who sinned, him or his father?
Alright, yeah, so you go up and are you trying to make it not obvious that you're doing this?
I'm trying to not make it obvious.
Alright, so let's get a bluff check.
There is nothing. Would that be diplomacy, deception, or
deception?
Deception?
Yep.
Wouldn't be stealth. Yeah, because I'm not trying to. Okay. I got an 18.
All right. So you go up. How much damage does Shocking Grasp do?
Oh shit! I'm gonna kill him. Oh, no.
Let's see. 2d12 damage. All right.
Oh, jeez.
Let's go ahead and roll that.
Okay, 2d12.
Oh my god.
Oh wow! And then they also take a persistent 1d4 every time they get hit. After that.
Oh my.
What
oh
is
no!
this?
Only if they're wearing metal armor. Never mind.
Okay.
Bye bye, Bobby. Was nice knowing
This
you.
is like the atomic bomb of spells.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Bobby.
All right. So 2d12. What kind of damage are you doing to Bobby?
Okay, so that's in Roll20. I gotta do /R space 2d20 2d12.
2d12.
Okay. And that.
All right.
Jeez.
So you
He's
go up.
done.
Dead.
You go up to Bobby,
Dead.
and you go in like you're trying to like grab him, and you get him. You like slide around behind him, and then you grab him in a bear hug, and then you go like you're squeezing him really hard, but you actually activate your Shocking Grasp, and you see Bobby just flailing, and then you let him go. Smoke coming out of his ears, and he falls over forward.
Oh, jeez.
And then you're just like, I didn't know my own strength. And yeah, Bobby is dragged away to the side, and the crowd goes wild.
Little boy.
Explains why you
haven't seen
Why
this
don't let a boy
in
participate in a
Manawanui.
man sport?
Don't forget to reduce your spells by 1.
Oh, jeez.
You might want to like check in on Bobby later, make sure he's alive.
Legit though? Yeah.
Roasted him like a Thanksgiving turkey.
All right.
Smell like
I
bacon.
forgot it did so much damage.
So next up, there's a few other matches. There's matches between all of these, and between Manawanui's match and PPOP's, Kawalaka goes, and despite his small stature, he goes against a significantly larger opponent than him, but he manages to just grab the guy by his knees and then just like yanks him sideways, and the guy just falls over sideways without a chance. He just basically football tackles the guy's knees. And that guy goes limping out of the ring.
I used to be an adventurer like you until I took a midget to the knee.
Exactly. All right, PPOP, you are up. So let's see what kind of an opponent you are going against.
Oh boy, here we go.
Alrighty.
I'm limbering up off to the side, doing my stretches, making sure I'm good and ready, get the blood pumping.
Geez.
Exactly. All right, you are up against Bob Ross.
Oh boy.
And
All right, I'm gonna roll deception for initiative. Try and fake him out with a quick feint attack.
all right, perfect. So yeah, Bob Ross, despite his older age and his calm demeanor, was well known as a warrior in his youth, and still quite a force to be reckoned with. So let's get those initiative rolls.
26. It's a nat 20. I don't know if that matters on initiative, but feels good.
Nice. All right, you beat his 23.
Hell yeah.
So you are going first.
Okay, and so I'm just gonna shoot right for him. Like I did my little deception, like fake left, go right, and I'm just going on the attack right away because my surprise attack makes him flat-footed to me.
All right.
And so that's an athletics check. 11.
Okay, that does not beat his fortitude DC. So unfortunately, you go in to grab him, and he just stiff arms you.
Oof. Well, there goes my entire strategy.
So he says, "Don't worry, this will be over soon." Alright, so he is going to try to grab you with a 19. What is your fortitude? It's +4. So yes, that does indeed get a hold of you.
I don't roll that?
No. So it's against your fortitude DC, which is just going to be 10 plus your fortitude.
Okay.
So it's not like a fortitude save, per se.
Oh boy.
But you do have a chance. If you can roll higher than 19 on an athletics check, you can break out of the grapple.
Athletics.
TBH, though, I feel like being like choked up by Bob Ross would be nicer than being choked up by anybody else.
I didn't do it. I rolled a 9.
Alright, yep, that is not enough. So then Bob Ross has got a hold of you, and he says, "Okay, it's time to be done now. Don't worry, no shame in losing to old Bob here." And
accident.
It was what?
It was just a happy accident.
Sorry.
And then he rolls a 1.
Yes.
So he tries. He's got a hold of you, and he's got you kind of like in a chokehold, and he tries to shift his grip to where he can, grab you to throw you down or something along those lines. But on a critical failure, they break free.
Ooh.
So
I'm alive.
you now have a chance to either grab him as if you'd succeeded, or force him to fall prone, which feels like the better thing here.
Yeah, that one. I'm gonna hop back and make him fall down.
All right, so he's starting to try and shift to grab you where he can get leverage, but you manage to wiggle up, and you actually climb upward through his arms and jump off of his shoulders, unbalancing him and throwing him face first into the sand.
I think your new nickname should be like Little Salamander.
Ooh, foreshadowing. Alrighty, so Bob Ross rolls over, just laughing and spitting sand out. Oh, it's been a long time, little sprout. You did it. Gotta give it to you, buddy. And he kind of stands up. Yeah. Give it here. He offers his hand to shake.
I hop back to the edge of the ring. I don't know if it's over yet.
Oh, it's over. As soon as anything above the waist touches the ground, you lose.
Oh, right.
So face first into the sand, very much lost.
Okay, handshake. Good game, sir. Pleasure doing combat with you, Bob Ross.
Same. Anytime. All right. So you guys have all, surprisingly, made it past the first round. Even poor PPOP, who got a tough opponent.
Right?
Yeah.
Lucked out of that round.
Indeed. All right. So round 2 starts. And you guys will be facing much harder opponents now, because most of the weaklings, aside from the unlucky like Bob Ross, have been weeded out. So,
Yeah, now I'm definitely the weakest.
well, I don't know. Between you and Manawanui, unless Manawanui cheats again.
Yeah, I don't know. He might fry me.
The spirit of my ancestors just fills me up with their strength, and I just squeeze the life out of them. That's what happened, guys. I can't say it was a power greater than me, you know?
Exactly.
I would say Manawanui is my biggest fear among the competition.
Alrighty, so this time it looks like PPOP is actually going first. And then 3 was...
I was
3 was Abe, so yeah.
Yeah. And then the Acalupu was too.
Yes, alright. So, Jason, you are up first.
Alright.
Let's see what kind of opponent you are going up against. Alright, not as bad as it could have been. Actually, easier than Bob Ross, even. But yeah, so
That's a good sign.
you are going up against your dad.
Oh my goodness.
Your dad, not the strongest guy in the tribe, but well known for fighting dirty.
Yeah.
Much like you tried to do against Bob Ross to begin with.
Yeah.
So, let's get some initiative rolls.
Alright, I'm going perception. Regular initiative this time. 17.
Alright.
So you need to see if your dad wants to get one of the ladies to kiss him for luck before the game.
What?
If it gets his dad to have one of the ladies kiss him for luck before it, PDA.
You'll all be on equal
You want to
footing
go
then.
for that, Jason? I think that's not a bad idea.
I don't think that I'm too intimidated going against my own dad to have the wherewithal to think of that. I'm gonna be honest.
Alright, well, I think just because it's funny, he's going to do it on his own.
That sounds in character.
Alright, so he is going to be going first. So let's get an athletics check from him. He's going to try to sneak over the side and grab you, but he crit fails. So he is definitely going for the deception. And he comes at you, and you think he's going to try to grab you, but instead he does like a slide to first type of thing, and kicks sand into your face, and then slips around to the side of you while you're still blinded. And he comes and tries to grab you, but as you are just like trying to clear the sand from your eyes, your elbow meets with his face, and you crack him right in the nose. And not only does he not grab you, but he ends up like sliding again, and suddenly you feel the ground giving out from underneath you, and a tunnel that you guys had not realized was under the ring collapses, dropping both of you at the exact same time into a small channel of ocean water.
Whoa.
And you are both disqualified.
Where does this tunnel go? How did we not know this was here?
Yeah, you look off and you can see a sculpture of a very burly looking midget made out of sand. And it says Palalaca was here on the walls.
Can't believe this. I didn't even get to execute my master plan.
So, yes, you are both disqualified, as you both fell at the same time.
Thanks a lot, Dad.
Oh, you got me real good there, he says, rubbing his nose. But you still
you
couldn't...
deserve it. Now we are both out.
Still couldn't take down your old man, eh?
Oh, you had it coming if you didn't knock down the frickin' ring.
Big words, little boy, big words.
Next time. Next time.
You're on. Alright, so the ring is moved to the side, and Paolaka is very profusely arguing that there is definitely not a tunnel under this one. So, next up is Manawanui.
Oh, gee.
Alright, so let's see what kind of opponent Manawanui is going up against. Huh? So you get
The father of...
you get Bobby's father.
For real?
Yes. Bobby's father, he made it to the volcano, but it took him 6 years.
Oh, jeez.
But he has the fire of vengeance on his side.
Yeah.
Indeed. And he's a rather large fellow. Not
his
very strong,
son
but quite large.
might not be around. Let's just say that.
So he comes thumping up onto the ring.
I feel like it wasn't even actually his turn to fight you. He just decided, like, he pushed the other guy out of the way.
Yeah, pretty much. He just like elbows the other guy out of the way. He's like, I'm going. But yeah, so he's like, oh, you may have taken down little Bobby, but you gotta go through me next. You're going down.
That's why I want to say, Mr. Adult, Mr. Bobby's father.
Bobby Senior.
Senior, if you will.
Oh yeah, he definitely named his kid Bobby also. In fact, he's named all of his kids Bobby.
Even the daughters.
Yes, even the daughters. He's got like 3 sons and like 4 daughters. Every one of them's named Bobby.
What happens in the ring of combat between men?
His wife is also named Bobby. She didn't used to be, but he kept calling her Bobby for so long that she gave up and just started going with it.
There you go. Oh, baby, look at that!
I know.
I'm sorry. There's a. There we go.
So, what's your response to Bobby Senior?
I just wanna say what happens in the realm of combat between men. You know, it's nothing personal. It's just the way of life here.
Yeah, you remember that when you're in the hospital.
What is this hospital you speak of?
What is a hospital?
I don't know. It just sounded good. Are you making fun of me?
No, I wouldn't dream of it.
Alright, so let's get initiative rolls.
Acalupu is definitely in the background making fun of Bobby.
Alright, what did you get, Abe?
21.
Alright, he got 1.
Oh, jeez.
So you are going first.
Alrighty. What are we gonna do? I think what I'm going to do is, let me see something. That doesn't really help me.
You can always go shocking grasp again. It worked very well last time.
But I don't know. I wanna save some of my stuff for later things that I have a better chance of winning. You know, I've only got 4 of these. I'm saying 3 left. I've already used one. So I think what I'm going to do is, can I make like can I make, so it says for light, I can make one object of 1 bulk or less light up,
Okay.
right? Can there's no way I could like cast that on his nose, could I?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Let me roll.
Rudolph the red-nosed man-child.
I got a 20.
Well, you don't even need to roll for that.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you light up his nose like a Christmas tree.
Alrighty.
Who is this? I can't see anything.
Now I'm going to Oh, is it? Do I still have initiative or no?
Yeah, you can still act.
Okay. I am.
And here we thought PPOP was going to be the one who fought dirty.
Right. I
It's
am
always the
going to
orphans.
stand at the edge of the rink and start insulting his son, calling him adult, and yeah, maybe if you had made your son more of a man, would have made it up to the volcano. Maybe you should have thrown him in the lava. Saved yourself the trouble.
All right, man, harsh. So let's get either deception or intimidation.
We're going to go with intimidation.
All right.
Oh, jeez, I got a 10. Just to let you know, I have a +8. So.
Nice. Well, luckily for you, Bobby Sr. is pretty dumb, so it was not a hard roll. That's actually still enough.
Okay.
All right. So he actually, in a blind rage, begins to swing around. He can't see you, and he's not really seeming to be able to figure out where you are. But he just starts swinging his fists, and he actually manages to grab a hold of the trunk of a tree near the edge, and just like brute strength punches it so hard that it cracks in half, and it falls on your head.
Ah, jeez.
So some blind idiot strength just kind of coming through for him there.
Dang it.
And he is like broken his fist. But you are unfortunately the first to hit the ground.
Dang it.
All right. So last up, we have Acalupu. Let's see what kind of opponent you are going against. All right. Pretty solid opponent. So you are going up against kind of one of the mid-20s warriors of the village. He is about the same size as you. A little less muscle bulk, though.
Nice.
So let's get some initiative rolls.
Oh.
23.
All right, you beat his 11.
I'm going to grab him.
All right. Let's get an athletics check.
25.
Okay. That is definitely enough. So you are able to grapple hold of him almost immediately. He will try to break free. Oh wait, that's not his F. That's the wrong bonus. There. Alright, that is equal. What does it say if it's equal? Assume he breaks free. Yeah, so he is just barely able to break free from you.
Lame.
So you kind of grab him, and then he just kind of jabs his elbows in and pops your hands off. You're gonna have to do better than that.
I'm not even gonna respond. I'm just gonna grab him again.
Alright.
I got a 10. I think I
Alright.
got mad.
Yep, that is not gonna be enough. So you try to grab at him and he just sidesteps you. So now he's gonna try to counter grab. Nat 20. Alright, what happens on a critical success here?
I'm guessing it's not gonna be pretty for me.
No, it's actually, the critical success is the same effect as just a success, so. Doesn't look like it did much. But it's going to be pretty hard to break free. Do you even have an 8 in athletics?
Think so.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're looking at it, so you would know.
Yeah,
Alright, let's see if you can do it.
23.
Not enough.
Dang it.
Alright, so now he is going to do a strength check, see if he can throw you down. Alright, with a 19, what's your fortitude?
Let's see.
Plus 4?
My fortitude save.
Our fortitude save is a +8.
Oh wow. Alright. So, with a fortitude save of +8, that's still just enough. So he gets you down, down on one knee. So you're not out yet. As long as nothing above your waist touches, you're still in it.
Acalupu.
Alright. I'm gonna try to escape again. Because that's really all I can do, right?
Yeah, unless you want to, try to knock him down without, having a hold of him, but, just using the fact that he's holding you.
Yeah. What would I, roll to do that?
That would also be an acrobatics.
Is it, a harder, or,
Yeah, it's harder than escaping.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna try to escape again.
Alright.
Dang it! 12.
Oof.
You could rage.
I'm going to use my hero point. No, actually, I'm not. This seems like a stupid time to use it. I'll wait.
I think this entire.
Do you want to rage, though?
Yeah, I'm gonna rage.
Alright, so let's go ahead and activate that rage. What does that get you?
It's like an actual thing that you click to activate.
Yeah, so that gets you. You lose 1 to your AC, but you get +2 damage, +4 temporary hit points for 10 rounds.
It doesn't seem like that actually helped me here.
Not as written, because it's obviously made for actual combat, but I think it should. So, let's see, what would be a good bonus from it? Say instead of the temporary hit points, we'll say that you get +4 to the difficulty of pinning you, and you get +2 to your grapple rolls.
Cool. That sounds good. So yeah, I will do that.
All right. So you rage, and you just immediately you yell and you push yourself up. Slowly, dramatic, hair blowing everywhere. Shonen anime stuff. As you bring yourself up from that one knee back to a standing position, and just break out of his grapple.
Nice.
All right, so he's gonna try to grab you again on his turn. And that measly 12 is gonna do nada. In fact, what would the difficulty be now? Because it's got a +4. Your fortitude was an 8, right?
Yeah, +8.
All right, so that would bring it up to a 22. Yeah, that just barely makes it a failure by 10. So that's a critical failure. So, on a critical failure, so you can either grab them, or you can use a grapple action, or as if you had succeeded, or you can also do the whole landing prone thing, like PPOP did. So you're just gonna knock him over now?
Yes.
Do you want to describe how?
Yeah, so let's see. He tries to like grab me, and I just like kind of like sidestep and just kind of like almost get him like I just like kind of like step over and I kind of like raise my arm so he goes like under my arm, and I like lift my arm around and like place my hand on the back of his neck, and I just like push down using his momentum and just like slam his face into the ground.
Nice. Alright, so you just slam him down, breathing heavily, still just like glaring and angry. And let's see, how do you exit rage?
I think it just goes for like a certain amount of time.
I think you have 10 rounds.
Alright, so you frenzy lasts for either 1 minute, until there are no enemies you can perceive, or until you fall unconscious, whichever comes first. And you can't voluntarily stop raging.
I guess though, like there's not really any enemies though. So...
Well, that's the question. You're real mad right now. So yeah, you've got like a wild look in your eye, and
like looking around
start
to see if there's
looking
anybody
around. Start looking around at the crowd who's cheering for you, not quite understanding what danger you're in. So high or low? Low?
Yeah.
Alright.
Dang.
Nope, it's high. Alright.
No.
So yeah, you just like start going to town on the guy, just like beating him into the ground, and the whole crowd has to like rush in and start trying to restrain you. And finally, in your just blinding rage, you realize that like you just can't breathe, and you start to try and like hit what's doing it, but there's something on your back. And when you wake up, your brother is sitting there with a very bruised and purple face, one of his eyes swelling up, just like breathing heavily, laying in the sand next to you, and you have a splitting headache. And yeah, he's just like, you almost killed that guy. Holy crap, man. Whew.
I had to win.
All right, but dang, honestly, I think we're both out of the match now.
Dang it!
And yes, you have
like-
been disqualified. And you have...
Just like look up into the sky where there's like a random rain cloud raining on my face and like yell, "No!"
Yeah. And yeah, the guy that you were beating up is severely injured.
Oh, he's a lie.
And,
Yeah, I mean, I think Bobby's more dead than he is.
No, probably not, actually. Neither of them is gonna die.
Good.
But this guy, the guy that you beat up, is never gonna look quite the same.
His nose needed a new work job anyways.
Keep telling yourself that. Alright. So, unfortunately, your brother is not able to participate either. So, in the end, it's one of the other tribes members that you guys aren't quite as familiar with who ends up coming away with the championship.
So not my chance.
Dang it, that
And
should
then-
have been mine.
And then next up, now that the men have finished their championship, another one starts up for the women's side. Let's see how Sammy does in it. Sammy gets to the second round.
Oh, nice.
And almost makes it to the third round, but gets knocked out by her second opponent. And yeah, so the winner of that is Acalupu's mom.
Nice.
And yeah, so Acalupu's
mom has got it going on.
Exactly. But yeah, so a rather surprisingly burly and deep-voiced woman named Grenda.
So one of those like women you see at the Olympics, and you're like, did you have a life experience?
And yeah, she ends up also raging out in the end of her fight, but manages to pull it back from the brink and doesn't get disqualified quite, but it was close. Like,
Those Acalupu peoples.
Exactly. Alrighty, so that is it for wrestling. So the evening is wearing on. It's starting to get a little darker. Well, it's already was pretty dark at this point, but you know, the stars are out in full force by now, and the glow bugs are really your only major source of light. There's not much of a moon this evening. And we are up to the next event. So you guys head out to a nearby old cooled lava flow and break out the surfboards. And this is a competition where you will attempt to surf down the stone cliffs in the dark without killing yourself.
Die.
Yikes.
Good knowing you guys.
Which,
See,
I mean,
listen, I did
probably
Bobby
not.
A favor.
What?
I said I did Bobby a favor. He would have died.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely not in this competition. He's still just like off in a corner, you know, somebody's like, you know, putting a damp rag to his forehead as he's just groaning and being like, I could have had him.
Occasionally
had him.
vibrating.
Exactly. But yeah, other than they probably didn't do it at night, this is an actual like Polynesian sport, so I did not make this up.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Dang. People are hardcore.
Right? Alright, so everyone actually will be competing at the same time. It's best of 3. First one to reach the water. So you can choose either acrobatics or athletics or anything else you can make the argument for, but those are going to be the two defaults. And you guys will take turns rolling, and as soon as somebody gets a roll that brings their total to 30, that means they've reached, or probably 40, yeah, 40. That means they've reached the water.
Would nature work? Because like you gotta know like the how the lava flow is and the course.
I'll let you roll nature once, and if you get better than, let's say, a 15, then you can give yourself a +1 bonus on your rolls. Or probably more than that. I'm gonna give you a +3 bonus on your rolls. Mostly because your acrobatics and athletics are abysmal, so I'm taking care of that.
Let me see. I got a nat 20 plus a 6, so a 26.
Ooh.
Right. I'll give you a +5 in addition to your acrobatics or athletics.
Lava.
Because yes, you have surveyed the area. Luckily, you have low light vision, so that actually allows you to do it while everyone else is at a significant disadvantage compared to that. So that's part of what's helping you as well. All right. Anyone else want to make a suggestion for extra points? Like, no.
I'm looking at my skills, so like if somebody else can go on.
Is already a +6.
Yeah, my athletics is pretty good.
Wait, I need to look at.
I don't think I have
better
any
than your
stuff.
nature.
Yeah, I don't think anything else is better than
Your acrobatics is a +5.
Yeah, I think that's my best one. So
Athletics.
yeah, good.
I'm good too.
Okay. So we're gonna do these rolls in Roll20 just so that we can see them all in one place. So everyone roll off for round 1.
Are we just rolling on D20?
Yes, roll off on roll on Roll20 so that we can see them all in one place.
What are we rolling? Like a D20? Oh, duh.
Yeah, D20 plus whatever your bonus to athletics or acrobatics is, plus any extra bonuses for
So babe, you need to add a +6.
A 6? Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, did you say our athletics plus sneaking?
No, well, I was talking about Manawanui using creativity to get extra points.
Okay.
So he is not rolling just athletics or acrobatics. He gets his extra +5. Because he was able to come up with a good argument for something that would help him.
No, that's +5. That's not +5 like on top of.
It is on top of it.
Okay.
So it's whatever your normal bonus is plus that 5.
Oh, I needed it.
All right, and the competition.
Like how.
Cool. So that takes us to, let's see. And which one is your roll? The 24,
the
right?
second one. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so an early lead for Acalupu. See if he can keep that up. So let's get another round of those rolls.
I should just copy it.
If you hit up,
Up?
so click in like you're typing now, hit up.
Oh, dude, no kidding.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been living in the dark.
And then And Jason, yours was the 14?
Yeah.
Cool.
Not rolling well for the races. I'm being carried by my acrobatics.
Yeah, so far, Acalupu actually finishes first. And then we have Pipiopi at 29 and Manawanui at 33, and the competition is at 30. So let's get another round of rolls. Except from Anna. You already won. Alright, Jason with a 20. And the competition. That's not what I wanted to put in. Come on. It was an 11.
So I think we took 1, 2, and 3, but I think Manawanui beats me by a bit. I didn't go fast enough to catch up to him on that last stretch.
Yeah. So far, so you were able to beat out all of you beat out the competition. So you guys will all be proceeding to round 2. But then so far, we have Acalupu in first place, and then Manawanui in second, and Jason in third.
PPOP.
So, oh yes.
No, he just had his name changed.
We're gonna call PPOP Jason now. It's a very Polynesian sounding name. Alright, so we're gonna do that again.
Oh, you can change it to roll as your character.
What? Oh, jeez.
Alright, so this time we have Acalupu with a 12, PPOP with a 15, Manawanui with a 9, and the competition with an 11. So no huge leads this time. Alright, round 2.
Oh, jeez. Manawanui's falling behind.
Alright, so that is going to bring Acalupu to a 35, almost to the finish line. PPOP with a 34, right behind him. Then we have Manawanui with a 24, lagging quite a bit, and the competition with a 35, neck and neck.
Oh man, it's coming down to the last roll.
I can't like cast ice like Ray of Frost on my own board to go faster, can I?
No.
I didn't think so.
Alright, just for really hard. Jet yourself over the edge. Alrighty, so
Oh, so close.
we have Acalupu with an 11. We have PPOP with a 20. We have Manawanui with a 13. Oh, not 123. And the competition with a 21. So, our final numbers, we have Acalupu with a 46. We have PPOP with a 54. Finish? We have...
I don't think I finished the race.
You are still 3 behind finishing the race. So we have Manawanui with a 37 and the competition with a 56. So that is actually going to knock out Manawanui. The competition is going to move on, and with first place, second place is PPOP, and then third place is Acalupu. So, Manawanui out of the race. Get out of here!
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
All that surveying of the lava tubes for nothing.
Right? All my hard work.
Alright.
Story of my life.
So, race 3 starts. Let's get those rolls.
How are you rolling as your character?
Down at the bottom, there's a little drop-down menu.
Oh.
Alright, so Acalupu with a 13. The competition coming in with a 16.
Dude, this is like gambling. This is fun.
And PPOP with an 18. So, PPOP taking an early lead, but only by a bit. Alright. Let's get round 2 going. That's not what I wanted to do. There.
Stop rolling so well.
Oh,
Right. No, Reginald.
Wow, Reginald not surfing so well. Reginald gets run over by a competitor.
No, Reginald!
Takes a stray lava rock to the dome.
Alright, PPOB with a 14, Acalupu coming back in strong with a 20, ooh, and the competition also coming in strong with a 21.
Oh, jeez.
So that is going to bring Acalupu up to 33, PPOP to a 32, just barely behind, and the competition with a 37 taking the lead.
Yikes, we're gonna need to roll big.
Alright, let's get round 3.
Not quite enough.
Leaving y'all. I shout from the sidelines, holding my injured bird.
Alright, PPOP with an 18.
Mm-hmm.
And then Acalupu with a 12. And the competition with a 16. Alright, so that is going to bring Acalupu to 45, PPOP to 50, and the competition to 53. So Acalupu is out. Alright, last round.
Oh, here we go. Give me your best shot, Bob Ross.
It is in fact Bob Ross. In just like Hawaiian swim shorts. Just glorious white chest hair. Alright, PPOP taking an early lead.
He's conserving energy. This is a play.
Exactly.
I know better than to fall for this. We gotta keep pushing the pace.
Yeah, he's just waiting for that old man strength to kick in. Alright, let's get another round. Oh, that was almost a 20 that Bob Ross got. It was almost on 20 and it rolled over to 14.
Did you roll?
I'm out of the race.
Oh, I'm rolling
Paying attention.
big. Oh wait, that's enough. I finished.
Alright, PPOB with 26. And Bob Ross with a 22. So that is going to bring PPOB to 44 and Bob Ross to only 32. So indeed,
I
PPOB.
was saving my burst speed.
Yeah, you just duck down low and you go under a stick of rock that is going over the most direct path. And if you had missed that, you would have gotten clipped. It would have been all over for you. But you just barely manage it. And ducking under and reducing your wind resistance. Not that you even realize quite that that's what you're doing. You go sliding out the narrow, most dangerous but most direct path down to the water's surface and go skidding across the waves to the cheers of the crowd.
Let's go.
Alright, so we actually have a PC making it toward the end this time. So, as first place winner, PPOP, you are going to be given a I don't know, your own sheep. No, they're only semi-domesticated. You are going to be given a hardened wood dagger made out of a tree from inland that has been treated in like water and then by the lava, and it's quite hard. In fact, it's just as hard and sharp as your stone knife that you got from Loki. So
Nice.
you now
Got a pair.
exactly. You now have effectively 2 stone knives. And then in third place, I guess technically. In third place, Acalupu, you win yourself a conch shell horn.
Yay, I can make noises.
I thought Acalupu would be more excited about the ability to make obnoxious noises.
No, he is. He's just mad he didn't win.
Yeah, at least you didn't almost kill a guy this time.
Yeah, it's true. But that's a lot more fun.
True. Alright, so you guys are now up to the third event. So this one is going to be a test of skill. It is actually a dance battle.
Oh, I hope it doesn't have anything to do with acrobatics or athletics.
So you guys can pick an emotive skill that you're going to use for your dance, such as intimidation or acrobatics or athletics or something along those lines, which is going to determine what type of dance you are doing. And we'll get a couple rolls and see how you do. So
Acalupu's going to use Intimidate.
I was also going to intimidate.
PPOP is going for acrobatics.
Alrighty. So go ahead and
I guess you're acrobatics.
what was that?
Oh, I was just talking to Anna. I was seeing which one was higher, and the acrobatics and athletics and intimidate are the same.
Alright. So go ahead and roll. We're going to speed it along. We'll do all the rolls at the same time. So do 3d20 plus 3 times your bonus. So essentially you will have rolled 3 times.
6.
It was 3d20 times 3.
3d20 plus 3 times your bonus. So if you had a bonus of 2, it would be 3d20 plus 6. Alright, 47 for PPOP, some pretty low rolls in there. Unfortunately,
when your bonus outdoes your rolls.
right? Unfortunately, Reginald not so great at breakdancing.
Whoopsie daisy.
What are you guys' like base things?
Huh?
What's your base? Oh, so it's +8 times 3 is what you're doing?
Yeah, 8 times 3 because I did Intimidate.
Okay.
Yours would be 6 times 3, so that's your Intimidation score.
Oh, I can't math.
Hello?
What?
Oh, cool. I'm just paranoid I got kicked.
All right. So we got PvOP taking the lead. What was your dance like?
It's more like a gymnastics floor routine than a dance. Really leaning into the acrobatics, using my dexterity to do some flips, some cartwheels. Really going for the wow factor here.
Nice. All right. And you do, in fact, take first place with Reginald in second place and Acalupu in third place. So, PPOP for winning first place. You earn yourself a new shell necklace made of very rare and beautiful shells.
Ooh, I'm a decorated athlete now.
Exactly. Reginald is given half of a fish.
There we go.
And then Acalupu, for third place, you get yourself a nice solid war club.
Yay.
All right.
Although it seems like I got like the better like prize for third place than like everybody else got, which is kind of weird.
That's because it's more like a festival. It's more like the Olympics. It's about the competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, also, like, how many knives does PPOP really need?
2.
So, getting a club, it's a solid club, but it's still a wooden club. It's literally exactly the same as the other ones you carried stats-wise.
Yeah.
So, you could craft that in, like, a couple days. Finding these rare shells would be much more difficult, and you should definitely mark that somewhere on your character sheet because it does have barter value if that ever comes up.
Ooh.
All of the shells on there are very valuable. Way better than the shiny shells your dad was picking up off the beach earlier. Alright, so that brings us... Oh, wait. Never mind. Scratch that. Acalupu, you don't succeed. You try to use your newfound skills of fire that you've learned to do a fire routine and light yourself on fire. Because you had decided your kapu would trigger during the dance battle. So you try to do a very intimidating fire juggling routine, but nobody really has learned like the science of that. So everyone's very impressed at first, and then you manage to light yourself on fire, and everyone's just very worried.
Yep.
All right, so make sure you remove that club from your inventory if you already actually added it. And we are to our final event of the day, which is a storytelling competition. You get to choose 2 knowledge skills. You're going to roll both of those, add those together, and then based off of that, you are going to tell a story. And then I'm going to judge who has the best story, which is going to be somewhat offset by whatever you roll. So it's like not entirely just your roll, it's a combination of how good your story is, in my opinion, and what you roll.
Can I use charm to help me tell my story?
No, that is not a knowledge skill.
Dang.
That is a social skill.
No. Charm is a spell I have.
Oh, definitely no.
Dang.
You would also only be able to use it on one member of the audience.
I can use it on 3 members of the audience, you know.
That's
I've
true.
still got 3 spell spots. Get a very loud ovation from just 3 people. Everybody else is just like, what the heck is going on?
You're like, once upon a time, a chicken crossed the road to get to the other side. The end. And just 3 people.
Yeah. Everybody else just looking around very confused.
Exactly. Alright, so do we want to roll to see who goes first?
That sounds
Sure.
Alright.
fair.
See who it is. Alright. 2 was I want to say that was Acalupu. Alright, so Acalupu is up first. And then Manawanui, and then Pipiopi.
Ooh, I get some time.
Alright, so Acalupu, what are your 2 knowledge skills that you're going to use?
I'm trying to see what I have.
You have a pretty high nature.
Because I don't think I have a lot of skills.
Well, crafting. Is crafting a knowledge skill?
No.
Nature's a knowledge skill. You have a +1
So
on
nature, you've got occultism. I'd let you use performance. I think that makes sense for telling a story. You've got religion, you've got society.
What's my highest one?
Nature.
Okay.
So yeah, you could do nature at a +5 and a performance at a +2.
I'll do nature.
You get to pick 2.
Okay. Nature and performance.
Alright, cool. So that's going to be 2d20 + 7 for your roll.
Why is it 2d20?
Because it's 2 different skills.
Okay.
Is this an open book test? Am I allowed to look up a story?
Open book.
I will leave that up to the group.
I feel like it should be more spontaneous.
Alright, you heard the man. Seems to be
Deal.
the main. Alright, so a 34. Not bad. What kind of story does Acalupu tell about nature?
Acalupu is going to Acalupu is going to tell a story. Once upon a time, long, long ago, when the oceans were nothing more than the bubbling, writhing beginnings of the oceans being poured into the bowl that they are, there lived 2 great and fearsome creatures. One was a shark who was bold and fierce and strong, and the other was a crab who was crafty and selfish. And they oftentimes would fight and compete with each other for many different things, especially things that fell from above the ocean, especially things that were shiny. And they would fight day and night, and slowly they each began collecting a hoard of shiny treasures. But then one day, the shark came to fight the crab, and he could not find the crab. So he searched, and the crab was nowhere to be seen. So the shark decided to go back home. And when he went back home, he found that his entire hoard had been stolen away by the crab under the cover of darkness, and while he was gone trying to find him. So then the shark decided that he must go and find the horde of the crab and confront him on his own turf. But when he got there, he found that he was too big to fit in the tiny caves that the crab had put himself in. And as he tried to break through, all he did was hear a song taunting from inside about his shiny, shiny horde.
Sun be shiny, watch it sparkle like a sunken pirate wreck. Swab the deck and make it look shiny.
Yes.
Alright, so the crowd applause.
Well done.
Alright.
The characters reminded me of people.
All resemblances of people, either real or imagined, is purely coincidental.
Exactly. The totally not a self-insert character.
Oh, exactly.
Alrighty, so Manawanui, you're up. What 2 knowledge skills are you going to use?
I'm going to use academic lore and nature.
Okay. What are your bonuses on those?
And a +5 and a +11.
Nice.
Sorry, the +6. +6.
Yeah, I was actually looking at that. I was like, where's the +11?
Don't worry about it. As a total, it's +11.
Alright. So 2d20 +11. And then
a nat 20.
Dang. Alright, so you definitely knocked the roll out of the water. Let's see about your story. And then because I know you, Abe, also do try to keep it fairly short like Anna's.
Once upon a time, there was a chicken. I'm just kidding.
Free bird! Free bird!
Long ago, there was a huge giant that was slain by these great beings of old. And out of his wound that they gashed in him, flowed the waters of the earth. These great beings of old, they built a huge wall containing all the waters, and grass grew and trees, and the whole earth bloomed because of the body of this great giant. But one day, these 3 giant children of the great giant came and deceived these great beings of old, and they went and befriended them. And in the night, while everybody was sleeping, they destroyed the dam that held all the water in, flooded the whole entirety of the earth, except for a few islands.
Alright, you're getting pretty quiet. I think you're coming through Anna's mic again.
Bones of this great giant.
I heard Thomas.
I can't hear him.
Okay.
Yeah, he's coming through your mic, Anna.
Oh, that's probably why.
Just tell him to yell really loud directly into your face.
No.
It's amazing how Discord always decides to drop him at the worst possible time. There we go. I think you're back.
There we go.
So yeah, pick up from the snake thieves who broke the dam. I think that's where you started getting really quiet.
The whole earth flooded, except for a few specks of land. And all these great beings were separated and divided from one another. And so what they decided to do was to take the bones of the great giant that they slew, and craft vessels from them to try and reunite. And once again, rebuild a great world in which grass and all green things grow. That's the end.
Nice. All right. Uproarious applause, even more so than Acalupu's story, which was quite popular in its own right. And yeah, I think we've got some new lore for our world. How it feels like.
There we go.
From both of you. All right. So, PPOP, hard act to follow, but let's see if you can do it. What two skills are you going to use?
Religion and nature, which is a
Alrighty.
plus 12.
All right, 2d20 plus 12. Let's see.
2d20 plus 12.
Just double nat 20s. Or, you know, not that.
Or not that.
Alrighty, so what is your religious nature story?
Well, you see, a long, long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Just kidding. Our galaxy, our planet. A long time ago, there were no islands. It was just one large island. And in the time of the large island, there were all kinds of animals all together in the same island. And it was chaos. There were birds mixing in with bees, and there were snakes mixing in with sheep. I guess there are snakes and sheep on our island, but you get the point. And then one day, there was a great catastrophe, and all of a sudden the world split, and all these animals were separated from their compatriots and formed their own tribes. And one of those tribes became our tribe. And with our tribe, we have sheep, and we have snakes.
And birds, and bees.
And birds and bees, who were all together, and it's still chaos. But on one of the islands, not our island, there was a salamander, and the salamander was trapped all by himself with no friends, and he was very sad about this. But the salamander was very clever and intelligent, and he knew all these things that nobody else knew. And so with all of his knowledge that he built up over years and years of isolation and experimentation, he formed his own tunnel system and was able to connect multiple islands together. And that is why salamanders are the most intelligent animal in the world.
Alright, so there's definitely some applause, though a little bit of confusion about the conclusion.
I figured I had to kind of botch the end because my roll was so bad.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible, but it definitely, I mean, it wasn't Manawanui good.
Yeah, that was a good story. I was kind of distracted. I couldn't plan my own story.
Alright. Well, those were definitely some good stories, but between the great roll and a good story, gotta give it to Manawanui. So, we're gonna give you a first place prize, and it is going to be a painting by Bob Ross.
There we go. We'll cherish this forever.
Man, those caster types, always good storytellers.
Exactly. Alright, so we've been going for about an hour and 50 minutes. People ready to wrap up, or do we want to keep going?
I think this is a good conclusion point.
Alright. So the stories...
Before you wrap up, can Manawanui do something?
Sure.
He's just gonna go like wherever Bobby is and just leave him like a little papaya by his bedside and leave.
You're gonna leave him a what?
I feel bad about papaya.
Oh, so you're gonna try and get him to break Acalupu now?
Oh jeez, no.
Sneaky, sneaky.
I just really hate Bobby McKinney. Die. Oh, I'm gonna leave him a coconut with a smiley.
It's still a fruit.
I was gonna
He's
say.
not gonna eat the
Technically a
fruit.
fruit.
He's not gonna eat the fruit. It's his friend.
There you
It's
go.
a like a stuffed animal coconut.
Exactly. It's like what my coconut was to me that I turned the fire.
Exactly. It just says that it's got you wrote, get well soon on the back.
There we go. Do not eat. Do not give up the app.
Exactly. Alrighty, so that wraps up all of the events. Make sure that you update your character sheets with any prizes you got. And we'll go ahead and wrap up. As always, what did PPOP learn?
PPOP learned that you don't have to be good at everything. Storytelling's not your thing.
Yeah, and you still blew the competition out of the water in surfing.
Also, way more athletic than I thought I was.
Yeah, and you didn't get destroyed in wrestling until halfway through. So
yeah,
alrighty.
I didn't think I broke Acalupu, so I don't realize that that's what that was. But I feel like I got gypped.
Exactly. The sneaky copy, they'll get you. All right, Acalupu, what have you learned?
Acalupu learned that his friends are far more capable than he had originally given them credit for.
Hey, thank you.
The power of friendship. All right, what did Reginald learn?
Reginald learned that
Birds should not surf.
birds should not surf. Yeah.
And that birds are pretty good at breakdancing. He got a fish
That is true.
out of that.
He got a fish. So there we go.
You can teach an old bird new tricks.
There you go. All right, what did Manawanui learn?
Manawanui learned that sometimes hugs can be dangerous.
There you go. And then don't forget, you guys still have that special drink on you.
What?
Some of the special drink that Sammy got you guys.
Oh, that's right.
Nobody drank any.
I'd forgotten. Oh, we gotta be lucid for it. We gotta be on our A game.
Exactly. Save it for after the games when you're ready to start tripping a little bit.
Here we go.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining me, and I will catch you guys all next